Okay, my name's Paige. My dad is Jeff. You guys know him as Yoka. What did you say they know you as?
Give it to God.
Oh, give it to God. My bad. And basically the story of our relationship from my viewpoint is when I was young, Jeff was very controlling, very judgmental, just like not a fun person to be around, especially as a girl growing up, and then especially as a teenage girl when I lived with him. And being an independent person as I am, it's not a healthy or a good situation when I think I'm right all the time and he thinks he's right all the time. And everything I did was met with judgment or worried, like, did I look the wrong way? Did I dress the wrong way? Did I do this? And worried if I was going to be grounded for the next month or if it was going to be fine today. Like, it was just it was very stressful. I just felt like he had so much going on. Well, as an adult now, I realize there's other stuff going on for him as his own person. But when I was 16, I was thinking, like, what is so bad about me, or like why am I not good enough to, not be in trouble anymore, or whatever the situation was. It's hard to describe because I haven't really tried to think about that too much, like dig deep into that. But I hated him very much so, and I didn't want anything to do with him. I thought he was horrible. He had me arrested, and I didn't want anything to do with him at all. And so then, the night that I got arrested and whatnot, and then I ended up moving to California a couple days later, and that rocked my world because I was a 16-year-old girl. I was a junior in high school. I was moving to a brand new state, brand new high school, brand new family, brand new everything, at a really vulnerable time in my life or in any young woman's life. And I thank God for my aunt because, she just did so much for me, and she really, I feel like she had a lot of influence on the person who I am today. And I love who I am today. So, thanks, Kathy. But, everything happens for a reason. And I'm glad that I didn't end up staying in Spokane. I'm glad that I was in California and all that stuff. But, yeah, even when Brooke died, I didn't want anything to do. I didn't want to talk to Jeff. I didn't want to look at Jeff. I didn't want to be in the same room as Jeff. And this was dealing with the death of my sister, his daughter, like our family. That's how much I hated him. Like, I literally remember walking down at the funeral. My cousin was in front of me, my best friend was behind me, and we were sitting there across the way. We were sitting on the Sonner side, and then he was sitting on the Petkevicius side. And I didn't want to look at him. I didn't want to see him. I didn't want him to be in the same room. I wanted nothing to do with him at my sister's funeral. So this is not good. And I remember standing up, and I remember looking at my friend Carrie and telling, like, can you please tell me when he's not in the building? Because I didn't want to walk next to him, anything. So just a little tangent on, like, how deeply I did not care for him at all. And then, over the years, he tried to contact me a couple times, and I just was like, please don't talk to me. Like, don't ever talk to me. Like, I just didn't want anything to do with him. Like, I didn't want that negativity around me. I just didn't want that in my life. And I felt like as an adult, I could choose who can be in my life and who can't be, as we all can make that choice. Regardless if they're family, if they're blood, if they're friends, whatever it is, like, you have the right to choose who is in your inner circle and what's healthy for you. And I felt very strongly that he was not healthy for any of those things at that time. And so last summer, in January, he sent me an email.
Which is 9 years.
Oh, 9 years later, yes. So 9 years later.
It wasn't just a little spoon.
I thought I said a long time. So 9 years later, he sends me an email in January. It was pretty it was, well, not lengthy, but it seemed to come from a genuine place. And I figured I was 25 now, or I was 24, then I turned 25 before I saw him. So whatever, 25, and I was thinking, like, all right, it's been almost 10 years. What's the worst that could happen? He's not in my life. He's not involved in anything. If I see him and have a bad, you know, and it's bad, then okay, that's fine. I'll go on and live my life, and he'll live his life, and it'll be the same as it is. And I was like, but, you know, might as well give it a chance. I've got nothing to lose, you know. And a little bit after I got that email, I talked to my grandma about it, which is his dad, or his mom, and she said that he had met with his brother, my Uncle Roman, and Roman wanted to pass the message on to me, like, hey, like, if your dad reaches out to you, like, give him a chance, like, he's really come from a more genuine place. And it was just really good reaffirmation to hear that after I had already made the decision myself to meet with him. But it was just nice hearing that from Roman, that just more hopeful, I guess, a more hopeful way or outlook on the situation. And then I remember, so that was in January, and then I saw him in June, and I just remember, like, as it would get closer, I would think about it, and I would get, like, really anxious, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what this is going to be like, stressed out a little bit or whatever. And I remember getting ready before we were going to go have lunch, and I remember just, like, this, like, anger came over me, like, just remembering how mad I was with him for such a long time. And it just, I mean, I shook it, but it was not a good place to feel, like, that just anger towards him, like. And then I was like, God, this person made me so upset at one point in my life. And then I was like, whatever, just like, then I just got nervous. Anyways. So then we had, me and Ryan saw him. And first thing he did was he sat me down and he just genuinely apologized. And I could just feel that it was very genuine. And that really meant a lot, coming from a person who could say stuff to manipulate to get his way, or come from a very disingenuous place, or try and make things seem a certain way to, like, get himself ahead, or just not a very heartfelt person in any scheme of anything that I knew of him. And then I just felt that it was very genuine, very heartfelt, and I deserved to hear his apology, and I deserved to hear everything that he said. I felt, yeah, and it was good. And then we had lunch, and now I'm in Louisiana on his porch 9 years later. I don't know what else to say.
That's a good story, huh? What else can you say?
Well, what I can say is I'm thankful to have a building relationship back with him, with you in my life, you know. I know we didn't always get along. We butted heads and stuff. I always enjoyed being around you when you were, like, in a good mood, because you're a good time. You're very full of life, funny, you know. It's enjoyable to be around you. And I forgot about that part of you when I was so consumed with hate and anger towards you. And when we were in Washington for Papa's 80th birthday, because we saw you for lunch, and that was the first time. It was kind of icebreaker. And then in Washington, it was kind of, we saw you more. And I even remember telling Ryan and telling, like, some other people, I was like, I forgot how funny he is, like, or how fun he can be. Like, I just forgot about that part.
It's like me forgetting to tell you you're athletic. You need to look athletic.
Should never forget that. So yeah.
Glory be to God. Well, you know, look, yeah. Everybody that's gonna watch this knows my side of the story. It's an answered prayer. Well, 9 years of prayers. Sometimes God takes a little while to get things accomplished. Love you, Paige.
Thank you. Love you too.